Doing a quick walk with my new, to me anyways, DJI Osmo Nano. It's a super small camera, makes it fun to kind of, capture video and audio and all that good stuff. You listen to a external microphone right now. I have the DJI Mic Mini hooked to me right now. Now that's something that hooks wirelessly. There's no contraptions that you gotta set up, doodads and whatnots and all that good stuff. Stuff that I'm not good with. This is just kind of a quick little walk as I talk about this camera from just a regular Joe's point of view. I'm not a professional photographer. I'm actually a woodworker. I use this camera for capturing B-roll and just everyday type things. I've only had it for about 2 weeks or so. And my initial thoughts so far are that it's pretty darn handy. It shoots 4K. I'm shooting 4K 30 right now. It shoots up to 4K, I think 120. Don't quote me. And it will do 240, but not at 4K, I don't believe. I think it has to drop down to 2.7 or 1080p. You can look up all the technical specs by other folks that know what they're talking about. Have it on a little selfie stick. It's probably about 1.5 feet away from me right now. So it makes it kind of easy to walk and talk. We're gonna go to a little park walk that I like to do, and we'll see, we'll test out the range on the mic, and then we'll just kind of show you some of the ins and outs of the camera itself. It's got magnets on it, both on the back and on the side, so you can kind of stick it to all kinds of different things as long as it's metal. It does come with a suction cup mount too, so you can put it on, hard, clean surfaces like windows and things of that nature. Okay, there's also an open field on this little walking path. I'm gonna see if I can get my drone to fly a little bit. I don't know for sure if that's gonna work. It's a little windy. I don't know if you're picking it up on the audio or not, but it's probably 10-15 mile per hour wind. Gusting currently right now, right into the microphone. So if you can't hear the wind, then that's a testament to how good this DJI mic is. I have it attached magnetically to this little necklace that actually comes with the DJI Nano. You can also connect the camera to the magnetic mount right here too, so that's kind of fun. I'm just currently not using it. Right now what I have is the DJI Neo 2 drone. Giving me a little follow. I have no idea what it's picking up, but we'll see. I'm gonna test the range of this microphone and see if it, picks it up. I think when I turn my back that it might not pick things up, but this is it's I think like 1,200 feet. I am probably, 60, 70, 80 feet, 80 feet. Don't quote. Hoping you can still hear me. Probably about 200 feet from things. Neo 2 is still tracking me. I don't know why you'd ever need to be any further away than this. It says 1,200 feet, but there's no way that I'm gonna leave a little camera 1,000 feet away. It's just not gonna happen. Anyway, I'm gonna walk back. I think that's plenty of, I was almost 300 feet away. I think that's plenty of distance from a camera. Let me know what you think of the sound quality. If you're able to pick it up, it still sounds good. It is pretty windy. The Neo 2 is actually struggling a little bit in the wind, but I have it set kind of at a medium, so it's not doing too bad right now. Okay, that was my first, I guess, test of the audio from a distance. I maybe made it 350 feet away. Really, like I said, not a reason to be that far away from your camera in general, just for us regular people. Now again, it is kind of windy, so we'll see how the audio picks up. You guys can give me feedback down in the comment section if you want, or not. So some of the features, like I said before, it's magnetic. You guys see me stick it on that electrical line or the electrical tower. Anything ferrous that's gonna have a normal magnet stick to it, this is gonna stick to it just fine. Shoots in 4K. There's two different versions. So there's a 64 gigabyte and there's a 128 gigabyte. You're not getting all of those numbers. I'm not going to get into the details, but I think it's like a little over 100, like 107 gigabytes that you get with the 128, and somewhere in the 50 range that you get with the 64 gigabyte. So that's internal storage on the camera itself, which is quite a bit. If you're just, taking 1 to 4 minute videos. The Vision dock, so this is two separate things. They kind of dock together, almost like that DJI Action 2 had a dock. So there's no mini SD card that goes into the camera module itself. That's got the internal storage. But the Vision dock does take an SD card or a mini SD card. And you can put up to, I think, a terabyte card in there and you're just fine. Then you can download the footage from your camera onto that SD card and you should be just fine. You can also use the Mimo app, which takes it just from your camera dock right into your, place of choice, I guess. Your iPhone, your iPad, your computer. You can direct connect it with a USB-C cable. It's probably a little faster, but it didn't bother me at all. I heard some people complaining that it takes some time. For me, it's kind of a non-issue. It hasn't been an issue at all. Like I said, if you're not a pro taking this thing out on like music video shoots or wedding shoots, which you're still going to get awesome footage. I mean, there's no background blur like you would normally get on like a mirror camera or even something like my Sony. So that background blur is not going to happen on something like this. This is going to be similar, almost the same specs, I believe, as the Osmo Action 5. You're not going to get that background blur. Even the Pocket 3 has background blur on it. So everything is always in focus, pretty much. There's a minimum focus distance. I don't know what the specs are, but my hand is about 4 inches in front of the lens. And you'll be able to see for yourself when it starts to blur out and when it comes into focus, and everything in the background should be in focus. This is the picture that you're getting out of the camera without me messing with it. Because I don't know how to mess with it. I don't know how to put on LUTs. I don't know how to color correct, but you can do that on here. There is like a D-Log M or something like that. So if you are on the color grading, you can color grade your footage and make it all match whatever camera that you want to match, basically. So, but I'm just here to kind of tell you some pros, maybe some cons. I'm not seeing a whole lot of cons. People think some of the cons is that since it is separate, you have to like flip it around the top to the bottom. You have to flip it in order to not do a selfie and see yourself. But really, the field of view is so wide. Does it really matter if you can see on the back little Vision dock what you're doing? You pretty much can capture whatever you want to capture. This is in standard, like D-warp. I don't even have it on the wide setting. I don't think you really need to be able to frame your shot necessarily when it's on such a wide setting. But to each their own. That might bother some people. It doesn't bother me at all. Currently, I have you handheld actually, versus on my selfie stick. You're not even a full arm's length away. So it's kind of what you can expect. Now I'm holding on, I have the camera attached to the Vision dock. That way I can kind of see, I guess, whether I'm in frame. But again, you don't need it because it's so wide, it doesn't really matter. Some of the complaints that I've been seeing are overheating issues. I haven't had any at all. It's about 85 degrees out today. I've had this running for 2 to 8 minutes at a time. No overheating issues. You're not going to want to let it run for 30 hours in the sun at a time, I'm sure. But beyond that, pretty good. Some people don't like that you got to switch the Vision dock. You got to turn the camera around to do forward facing or get a different type of shot. Doesn't bother me. Like I said, unless you're super picky about that kind of stuff, I don't think you're going to run into too many issues using this little camera. It hides in all kinds of different spots. If you want to get unique shots, like in your cupboard or in small spaces or tight spaces, it's kind of a cool camera to use for that. Some other things that I would say is that it's pretty durable. So it's a regular action camera. It's not just like the Pocket 3. It's great for what it does, but the gimbal can be a little dainty, right? A little fragile. So if you are into extreme sports or doing, kind of extreme things, this is going to be pretty good because the lens on it, the outside lens, is replaceable. So if that gets scratched, you can just unscrew it, put a new one on, and you're cooking with gas again. So if you want to, climb Mount Everest or go deep diving with sharks, jump out of hot air balloons, zip line, all that kind of stuff. Everything I'm not going to do with this camera, you can do it. I won't do it because, I'm scared of that kind of stuff. There's only one me, and I feel like sharks would think I'm a tasty morsel. Not going to give them the chance. So these are just some of my first initial thoughts. I'm going to mess with this camera quite a bit over the next several months, figure out how to use it in my shop when I'm building, and then also figure out, some fun things to capture with it. I think it's going to open up some creative type things. If you're a creative person, you will have fun with this camera because you can do all kinds of fun things with it. The size is maybe, I don't know, like 1 3/4 inches, 2 inches by maybe 3/4 to 1 inch thick. Pretty unobtrusive, so nobody's really paying attention. It's not like carrying like a big mirrorless camera with yourself or something. You can capture quite a bit of good content if that's what you're into. The audio, I'll do an audio test later. This is the audio, like I said, through the DJI Mic Mini. But the internal speakers on here, of which there's only, I think, 1 or 2, still pick up pretty good audio. Today's a little windy, so I'm not sure. You know what? Let's test it right now. Okay, I've turned off my Mic Mini. Whatever audio that you're hearing right now is the audio that you're picking up on the camera. Does it sound worse? Does it sound better? Probably not better. I'm assuming that there's going to be wind noise that it's picking up, but I don't know. I'll know when I review the footage, and I'll see what you think in the comments, or I'll type up what I think as well. But I feel like when I've listened to it before that it's pretty good audio, but that's always been indoors in like a protected area from wind. So let me know what you guys think. How does it sound? It's getting windy right now. Okay, I am back to wireless audio on the DJI Mic Mini. Once again, you can see it's right here mounted magnetically. Let me know what you guys think of the footage that I'm getting. Like I said, this is in 4K 30. Just a quick walk and talk. I haven't had this camera for that long, so I'd like to kind of get out and use it more. I'm hoping the small size does allow for, I guess, more ease of use. Something I'll take out a little bit more frequently to capture some fun things during my day and incorporate that into my woodworking or guitar making videos. Or maybe as I'm eating tacos, I can give you guys some reviews on that. But this is all just from a regular guy. Just showing you footage straight off the camera and then not edited. I don't know how to do it, so can't show you that. There's some big channels out there like David Manning and others, kind of the typical ones, and they've done pretty extensive deep dives into this camera. Just trying to show you from a regular guy's perspective how this thing sounds, how it looks, what you can do with it. Stick it to things. Pretty sure it'll stick to the sign. Let's find out. Yeah, so right now I have you guys stuck to a for sale sign in front of a building. So everything is a tripod. Every sign, every metal sign is a tripod. It just looks like you're talking to a sign, which could be disconcerting for a lot of people, but they have no idea what I'm doing. Looks like I'm just standing here looking at a random sign. I should probably stop before somebody calls the cops on me. The only complaint that I will say, it's more of an observation, is that this camera is so small. When you clip it somewhere or magnetically stick it somewhere, make sure you don't forget it or lose it. Remember where you stuck it at, basically, is what I'm trying to say, because it's not the biggest thing in the world, and I feel like it could be easily lost. There's not a Find My feature like on the Insta360. Well, they have a new camera. Is it the 360 Go? Anyway, Insta360 has a newer camera that's competitive with this one, and that has a Find My camera feature in it or whatever, so you can hook it up to your iPhone. So keep that in mind, I guess. Also, let me know how the exposure is. Like I said, this is just regular settings. I'm coming in and out of shadows. I'm being backlit right now, so that all affects. I'm not sure if it's exposing my face correctly or incorrectly, or if it's a good enough picture for what I'm doing or what you're doing, but I don't know. Let me know what you think about that too. I think it's got pretty good exposure, to be honest with you. Now, if you're filming at night, the sensor on this camera, I want to say it's 1/1.3 or something like that. Does that make sense? Anybody out there that knows? So it's not the biggest sensor in the world, but it's pretty good. So low light performance isn't going to be like fantastic, but what are you really shooting at night anyways? Whatever footage you get. I think it looks more authentic anyway when it's not all doctored up and digitally enhanced. So that's just my 2 cents. You can see I'm just kind of walking on this sidewalk here. Not the most beautiful scenery in the world, but you know, good enough. There's a bunch of different stabilizations. I believe I just have mine set on rock steady right now. You have to let me know if there's a lot of jittering or if it doesn't seem smooth. I do not have horizon balancing on, but it does offer horizon balancing. I want to say if I start to tip it past a certain point, the horizon will be off, but I don't know. You can obviously put on horizon balancing. I believe there's a little bit of a crop that happens. Okay, something I have noticed, other content creators on YouTube, which I'm not one, talk about, is that there's not that satisfying click between the vision dock and the camera itself. Like on all of the other action or DJI action cameras, they've kind of clicked together a lot more easily, I guess I could say. You do have to make sure this is secure. It doesn't seem like it just clips on and the 2 little clasps engage by themselves like they did in the past. So that's something that maybe could be improved, or maybe there's an aftermarket fix for that, but not sure why something like that has gone maybe on the negative side when they've already perfected it. So why DJI has that taken a step back? So that's legit. If you're securing it to something with these clips, double check it. Otherwise, your camera's on the ground or in the water or, you know, eaten by a shark. All those options, they're all on the table. Okay, so who's this camera for? It's for anybody. You know, you can be a professional photographer. You can be all the way down to like what I am, just a regular fella in his garage that wants to make a little bit of content, film some fun B-roll, that kind of stuff. If you're creative, you'll think of a way to use this camera. The footage on it, clean, crisp, audio is great. You know, it fits in tight spaces. Let your imagination run wild. You can capture pretty cool stuff. You can even take pictures with it. I think there's like a, you know, I don't know the megapixels, but it takes good pictures. I don't know how much you're taking pictures with an action cam, but you can do it if you want to. I think it's pretty nice. DJI did a good thing. If you want to send me some gear, I'm not opposed to it. I mean, people will have to talk to my people. My people is just me. So, yeah. Just thought of another drawback to this camera. It probably adds, you know, like a normal camera, adds like, you know, when you're on TV, 10 pounds. This seems, you know, probably adds 10, 15, 20 pounds to who's ever filming. Because I'm really like, you know, super good shape. almost like, I don't know, Captain America type physique, but you can't tell on here, so it's making me look, you know, like a dad. So there's that. That's a negative. Yep, that's definitely a negative. Okay, that's it for this video. I will do probably a follow-up one. Shoot me a comment or a question if you have it, and then I'll try to cover those things in the next video if I choose to do another review. It's pretty cool, so I'll probably do a few more of these just for giggles and to show you guys. I know that when I was looking for a camera, I had a lot of questions about what the footage looked like. If you're not a pro and know how to do all the things, I think it looks pretty good. Okay, that's it. Time to go eat some tacos. I think I've earned them.